Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Tiffany Murphy. Nearly a month after Election Day, voting remains a hot topic all throughout our nation, and it'll take center stage in the Texas legislature next year. More than 60 election-related bills so far have been filed in the State House and State Senate weeks before the legislative session begins. KFDM's Angel San Juan joins us tonight in the studio to tell us why state lawmakers are pushing for election reform.
Half of the bills filed so far concerning election law in Texas are aimed at increasing voter access. Lawmakers say that's become an urgent priority because of the pandemic. The goal to not only simplifying the registering to vote, but also the actual process of casting a ballot.
080944.
One of Carolyn Guidry's chief duties as Jefferson County Clerk is overseeing elections. In her 16-year tenure, she's been a cheerleader encouraging everyone to vote.
Voting should be a priority for every county, for every political subdivision, to make it accessible so everybody can vote equally.
And this election cycle, her dream became a reality. Record-breaking turnout for the November elections.
They woke up this season. I don't know what it was, but they seem to have woke up. They have arrived. But what I hope for the future is that they continue to show that invested interest in their rights to vote and exercise their rights, and not just for presidential elections, not just for governor's elections, but for every election that's held.
Guidry says state lawmakers should build on the enthusiasm and help local election officials make the voting process more effective and efficient.
More equipment. We need more support from the powers to be that delegate the budgets and stuff. And I think that the election workers should be paid more than what they're paid right now, because it's a long, laborious day for them. And getting $10 to $11 an hour, that's not very much for your time.
Guidry might get her wish. Already dozens of bills aimed at election reform have been filed in the State House and Senate. The legislature reconvenes in Austin in a few weeks. The coronavirus pandemic prompted conversations about voter access and alternatives to voting in person, like drive-through voting or universal mail-in balloting.
And it's a good process. When you do that, you eliminate a lot of personal contact. You eliminate a lot of personal error, because you're the only one in control of your ballot at that point.
There you go.
Guidry says Jefferson County proved mail-in voting works. This past election, the county sent out a record 10,000 mail ballots, and 80% were returned.
The good thing about Texas is that we don't have to wait until election closes in order to start counting the mail ballots. There's a process in place to begin earlier.
Another way some lawmakers hope to increase voting participation among Texans is to make it easier to register. Allow them to sign up at the polls during early voting or on Election Day.
That will be a wonderful asset to this county, to any county, because we get so many provisional ballots of people coming in to vote, or knowing that they have been dropped from the rolls or suspended from the rolls and not able to vote, or coming from another county. There's no reason why you shouldn't be able to show your ID if necessary and go ahead and get registered to vote right then.
Both the pandemic and greater participation in the process are pushing lawmakers from both political parties to give the state's election system a closer look. Southeast Texas State Representative Dade Phelan, who will likely be the next Speaker of the Texas House, told us secure and honest elections represent the foundation of our government, and this is one of many significant issues the House will have the chance to deliberate in the 87th legislative session. I'm confident in our ability to work together to ensure our ballot box remains secure and accessible to all of our citizens. Another bill proposed for the upcoming legislative session in Austin would make Election Day a state holiday. But remember, thousands of bills are expected to be filed throughout the session, though only a fraction of them will make it through both chambers and end up on Governor Greg Abbott's desk. Lawmakers will convene on January 12th. The session runs through the end of May. Tiffany.